Good morning, everyone. It is so good to see everyone again together. Wow, Mr. Rata, it is good to see you. I can see you already here. Today you came early. How are you, sir? You are muted.
Yeah, I'm doing real good.
Wow, that's awesome to hear. That's awesome to hear. I feel we haven't seen each other for quite a little bit longer because of the holidays and Eid. So we just postponed our webinar for like 2 weeks later. But it is good to see everyone. It is good again to discuss business opportunities, to discuss business growth, to discuss what's the next lowest hanging fruit that's in here in our hands, and what's the lowest hanging fruit in your hands. So again, very good to see you, Mr. Rata. How is the weather by you today?
We're raining today.
Okay. Even here in South Africa, it's very dull, but it's quite hot, and we are supposed to be in winter now. So that's the weather for you.
Yeah. We got some rain, so.
Yes, we will be starting very shortly. We are just waiting for some more friends to join in. And I see our old friend, Mr. Pasupati. How are you?
How are you? Good. I'm good.
It is good to see you after so long. You're looking young. You're looking younger.
Good. Thank you.
Wow. I am hoping you brought some nice projects to us today.
Okay.
Mr. Rata, this is Mr. Pasupati. I know we are going to start in the next few minutes, but he really brought a lot of nice projects for us. And I must say, I'm very excited to see you. I'm really hoping to hear some great news from you today. If you're here, I see there are other people starting to join. If you're here, you would like to say hello, please feel free. We will be starting in the next 2 minutes. Mr. Pasupati, did you come alone today?
Yes. I was alone today, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, alone today. But I hope to hear some good projects from the other colleagues.
Yes. We have been having some exciting news.
Yeah.
We have been very busy, I must say. We have been working on so many projects. And at this point in time, in fact, we are trying. It's unbelievable because 3 years back, we were chasing projects during COVID time. And we are at this point where we are in fact trying to say, you know what, we cannot actually say no to clients, but it's been so hands-on. So we are really working with the best projects. But we are grateful to be busy is a blessing.
Yes,
It's already 4. I think we can start. More people will be joining shortly. A few friends, they text me, say they will be joining a bit late. But welcome everyone to Business Summit, our monthly webinar where we meet all our friends around the globe to speak about the opportunities that we have in the business world. From our side, we've been traveling, we've been going different countries. Dr. Haider, in fact, just came back home. I was just having a chat with him during the week. It was good to see him back with his family. And today, the webinar, again, it's all about you. We do this webinar free of cost. And this is just for all of us from all around the world to just join hands together. And before I call Dr. Haider, I was talking to him in the last few days, and he has been sharing with me about his story. And I was just telling him, Dr. Haider, this story needs to be told to the world. And I don't think he knows about it, but I asked Lima to do some digging for me in the archive. And Lima, if you have some of the pictures, please, you can post it while I'm talking to our friends. It was so exciting to see how Dr. Haider has started and where he is today. I've been working with this man for the last 3-4 years, and to see the humble beginning that he had and to where he's standing today, wow, that's really impressive. Lima, I hope you got some of the pictures. I asked Lima to just show us some of the pictures. You can see Dr. Haider is very young, And Dr. Haider, I hope you don't mind. I just went into your archive. This is just to show some of our friends the great success where you had even decades back, and you're still standing here stronger and better than before. And this was one of his launching of his airline. Wow, that reminds me of the airline project that we have that right now. Okay, so Dr. Haider, if you are here, are you here, Dr. Haider? I don't know if you're here yet, Dr. Haider. Are you here? I think he's still joining. But this is some of the pictures. I looked in the archive, Dr. Haider. I went and dug into your archive. I think we never get all the pictures because I can only see Best Air. I cannot see G4S. I cannot see all this. Why I'm showing all of us today here, we have been working with a lot of partners and success. This is what Dr. Haider shared with me. And it's the point of this whole conversation I'm sharing. I asked him, how did you do it, Dr. Haider? I'm a very young man, passionate about success. He told me only one word: action. And today, if you're here, I want to say thank you for taking an action. And we are very happy to connect with you, and we want to do business with you and be successful together. So again, welcome to Business Summit. And without taking too much of your time, Dr. Haider, welcome here, Dr. Haider. The mic is yours. Please, you may start. Sorry for taking so much of time.
Good morning. Good day. Hi. How are you?
All good, Dr. Haider. All good.
Glad to see so many friends back. Eid Mubarak. Belated Eid Mubarak. It has been exactly 1 week that we celebrated our Eid last week after the Ramadan. I hope everyone had a great time during the last 1.5 months that we did not see each other. I hope all of you are doing fine, right?
Yes, Dr. Haider.
Great to see we have 25 friends so far. Appreciate that you spared your time and you joined, and you have been joining. And thank you for, I was speechless. I was looking at the pictures, what you were showing, like it's been a long time already. It's the pictures were from one of the photos that you showed. Lima, if you can show me the last picture that you showed, if you can bring it in the screen, the picture from 98. I'll just, since you have ignited like the oven, so the oven needs to give something, so I will be telling you about this. Sorry to take your time into different directions, but this is the spirit. This is the spirit that brought me here today. This is the airplane that I brought back into Bangladesh, where I was born. In 1998, there was a devastating flood in the country. And everything except this only airport and the airport in Chittagong that was operational. And railway line between Dhaka and Chittagong was disrupted underwater. The road length was completely washed away. So there was no way that the exportable items could be sent to the port, and imported item from the port could be retrieved to Dhaka and other areas in Bangladesh. So that time, the then Commerce Minister, who is a very senior leader in Bangladesh right now, Mr. Tofail Ahmed, he called me, and because he knew that I'm into aviation business. Those days, aviation was like, it was not private sector's business, it was the government's business in those countries like Bangladesh. So I was doing a little bit of things because I started a cargo, carrying business without a license, without any license at all, without any AOC. So then he called me and said that, can you help bringing a bigger airplane and transport these garments between Dhaka and Chittagong? And there was the chairman of the Bangladesh Garment Manufacturers Association, Mustafa Ghulam Quddus, and the other members. They were waiting in the minister's room. And the television was doing live of this, what the discussion was going on, because that was the talk of the country. So I said, I can. Once I said I can, then it became my commitment. So I started calling from the ministry to my friends all around, and I was calling one of the friends in Dubai. His name is Mustafa Ghazi Khanlu, an Iranian guy, but based in Dubai. And he immediately picked up the phone and I said, my friend, there is an emergency and I need the airplane here in Bangladesh. Can you send the aircraft? He said, yeah, all the airplanes are busy, but I can arrange one for you. When do you need it? I said, right now. So he said, yep, the aircraft and the crew will be starting immediately, but get us the landing permits. So the minister called the Civil Aviation Director General, the chairman, and said that issue a landing permit. He said, there is no application how to issue the landing permit. So I told Mustafa to send a request to Civil Aviation, and then the request was sent immediately by SITA, and then Civil Aviation issued the permission. Then the biggest problem was the Pakistan and India. We had to overfly, and they were not giving permission. So that time, the minister called the prime minister and informed her in front of me. It was all happening in front of me, and he's informed that there is an aircraft that Haider has arranged, and so we are getting the aircraft. So then she said that she was on the red phone. So she said, anything you need, just let me know, or you take any action to bring this airplane and save this industry. So, he called the High Commissioner of Bangladesh to Pakistan, High Commissioner of Bangladesh to India, and said that talk to the authorities and get the permission in next 1 hour. And we got the permission in next 1-2 hours, in fact. And the aircraft flew into Bangladesh without any license, without anything, And then this is the first time when the aircraft came and we received it with my team. And those days I was like this. I had mustache and, so that was my natural hair. And we were, sleepless. We were working hard like anything. And so we received the aircraft, and then we operated day and night, 24 hours. Every 2 hours, 3 hours, we were operating because the aircraft was going to Chittagong, dropping exportable cargo, bringing imported cargo from Chittagong, and so on. So we did it like day and night. We did it for 24 days operations, and then the water, went down, and the road and rail line was okay. They came back to the normalcy, and we ended our mission. We went to Dubai with the full load of cargo. There was exportable cargo also, stock. So we went to Dubai, and the mission ended. So during this time, there was a parliament session, and Tofail Ahmed brought it into the parliament, this subject. And he proposed to give a vote of thanks to this man you were talking. I was humbled. I'm still humbled. So he raised the vote of thanks in the parliament, and I was given an anonymous vote of thanks by both the ruling party and the opposition together. They gave me a vote of thanks. So then this was something that I see. Oh, this is the picture, and some of them, then later on I went to massively into aviation business, into passenger service. So some of the pictures that Lima showed was basically from my passenger service that we started, and we were operating into 7 international destinations out of Bangladesh to Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia, Singapore, Thailand, Sri Lanka, Maldives, Dubai, New Delhi, India. So those were our routes, and we started with 4 airplanes. But unfortunately, we faced the crisis back in 2008, 9, and 10. You remember that the fuel price went up to $150 a barrel. So that time we basically had no other choice to, rather than stopping our passenger service. We still operate our cargo. We still operate our cargo flights, but I'm no more in passengers operations. This is a long journey, of course. So starting from my job in the United Nations, when I was working as a young man back in 91, 92, 93, 94, and then popped into my business in 94 full time. That was the first year of my business. So that journey you were asking, Mr. Avi, thank you very much for igniting my past. And I'll tell you one of these days, but I tell you something, that every single thing that you want to do, you need to have a spirit, S-P-R-I-T, S-P-I-R-I-T, a spirit, because of without this spirit, without the mission, without the goal, nothing happens. We can come and go here in this Zoom room, webinar room, attend the webinar, but if we don't have a specific goal to achieve here, then we come and go and waste our time. So I think we need to have a specific goal. The reason I was going through this is the specific goal in mind, that what we want to achieve. And it has to be shield-like goal. It has to be like iron dome, that you need to, under no circumstances, anything can, lot of, turbulence, lot of turmoil, and a lot of waves will come, but nothing should, change your mindset that you are not. These are turmoil that will hit you in your mind first. Of course, there will be a lot of financial crisis, like those who have started business and now, some of you, I'm sure, not making enough progress because of these last 3 years COVID, then this Ukraine war, then you have the economic crisis in your East Territory. So that is where you get the heat and the pressure. But of course, you need to keep your mind, your brain, your your spirit completely unhurt, completely fresh, so that anything else happens, it comes and goes, like the wave in the sea. It comes and dashing to the ship, but ship is moving and moving. It's going on. Like in the air, the turbulent, it's basically the air is shaking the airplane. It's basically the airplane never moves. We feel that, oh, the airplane is jumping 300, 500 feet. Probably it's not. The fact of the matter is, the airplane only moves probably 1.5 inch, as per the research, that only when we get this heat, we feel that the airplane is dancing. Some people will be saying, oh, the airplane was like going up and down like 100 feet, 100 meters at a time and all those. No, it's not. The reality is only it goes up and down probably 1 feet max, sometimes. But normally with the turbulent, with the weather, it is 1 inch, 1 or 2 inch basically. But the heat is coming on the airplane, the air quality that it needs to pass through, that gives a lot of shakes, but the airplane doesn't move up and down that much. But we feel the shaking, that, oh my God, it's a lot of turbulence and so on. So, but the airplane somehow moves, it doesn't stop its journey. Then every day we will find thousands of flights stopping their journey and coming back to their base. No, they don't stop, because the en route could be turbulent, en route will be, they need to go through, they need to pass through this situation. So how they pass through this situation? They have been trained, they have got the mentor, they have got the trainer, they have got years of training. Every pilot is getting training years together, and then they're updated with their system, and they're given all the modern gadgets and weapons and the knowledge that when there is a turbulent, there is a weather, in the weather radar, they can see the green zone, they can see there is no weather. It's fantastic weather. Yellow zone means little turbulent. They don't even, sometimes if it is yellow, they will not be even putting the seatbelt on. But when there is a red zone, then that's horrible. And then red deep, that's even dangerous. That's the most dangerous area they need to pass through. So then when there is definitely red area, they will put the seatbelt on for everyone. And even when there is deep raid, they will say, even the cabin crew, please take your seats. So that area they will pass through. But how they maneuver, that is what the education they get from their mentors, from their teachers, from their institutions they work. I mean, they work with. So this is how they learn. So I'm just giving you a synergy. Like in business, we think that the business is easy, but it's not. If somebody cannot do anything, then he will say, well, I'm not getting a job, so I've decided to start a business. Oh my God. That's the biggest mistake somebody can make, I can tell you. Business is the worst one to do, I tell you. Business is tough. It's very tough. You need to sacrifice your many things. Your pleasure, your joy, your many things. People will be enjoying the evening, but you can't. If you are enjoying your evening, then you are gone. Your business might be suffering. So that's where you need to be very, very careful of, whether you want to be an entrepreneur, you want to be a businessman or no. People see only our glorious side, like this. I'm cutting ribbon of the airline and starting an airplane and, going for a flight and all those. That's the most glorious part. But behind the curtain, what are the pains I had to go through? Nobody knows. That's what I've been telling earlier as well. Well, we have a lot of talents. Some of you have already up and running business, and some of you are upcoming entrepreneur. So I think you all need to prepare yourself always, like the way I do. I still study a lot of journals, information, books, especially how to keep myself on track and how to increase my capability and take massive actions, how to be focused, how to calculate your work that you have done. I was putting myself in a kind of on a dock and asking what I have done for the last 3 months. What is my achievement? Did I achieve my goal? What was my goal? What was my time goal? What was my DIG? Did I achieve it? What DIG is not Deputy Inspector General of Police. It is, in my word, it is daily income goal. So did I achieve my daily income goal? Did I MIG, monthly income goal? Did I achieve that? Did I take enough action to do this? Well, that's where I did not take action. Why did not I achieve it? What are the problems? What is the issues? So you could be the biggest teacher. You could be the biggest judge for you to, ask you the questions. And then what are the shortcomings? What are the mistakes that you have made for the last 3 months? Then you can correct it, because you still have, it's 4 months gone now. So you have 8 months left only to achieve your goal. I'm talking about myself, to achieve my goal. So I need to take massive actions on a daily basis, every minute, every second. So, well, I think I'm going from this side to the other side, one side to the other. So thank you for giving me the patience hearing. So I need to hear from all of you now, some of you now that, our target here, our agenda here today is that we do help entrepreneur to do two things. One is to expand your business. You are producing or you are doing some business in some territory, but you have a market in other territory. Like the business you have in Canada, you want to take it to the world market and earn more revenue. And you were stuck, or you don't know how to do this. You don't know the people, right person in those countries, where we have a specialty that we know people from 150 over countries and territories across the world, where we can connect you within no time, within the shortest possible time, and say, hey, there is a business, this business. We know who is the right person. for you to be connected. You might take 1 year, 2 years to Google search and find out somebody in those countries and do the due diligence on them and so on. By the time it will be very late, you can really do business, and probably you will not get the right person there as well. So that is where we help you. We utilize our time, and we utilize our resources and our connections, and give you a ready-made a food on the platter basis, like a fruit platter on your table. So that's what we do. In one side, that we connect you anywhere in the world, over 150 countries and territories. The other one is we work with multiple funders and investment bankers from across the world, especially in the US, in the UK, and in Luxembourg. We have multiple partners that raises funding for our clients and for us. So that's where we help you getting money in your pocket for expanding your business and increasing your revenue, increasing your profit, and fulfill your dream that you are dreaming. So that's what we do. These are the two major things that we do, and those who are coming here, I'm sure they want either of these two things or something else. I need to hear from you. So if you have projects, if you have business that you want to talk about, today we will open the floor. We will listen to you for more and raise the questions, and then we can answer your questions as well. So if there is anything from anyone, please feel free to raise your hand and we can listen to you. How is that, Mr. Avi? What do you think?
Yes, Dr. Haider. In fact, I was on the chat while you were talking. Thank you so much, firstly, for sharing your journey with us. I think we should do that on one of our next webinar where we can maybe make a nice presentation. It would be much better. We do have a few chats on the group, and maybe I can just call them out. It would be good. Firstly, I can see a lot of new people that have joined us today. So it is good to see everyone. Again, those who joined late, this webinar, we do it every month to connect with our friends and also new people we connect with. And it is, again, like Dr. Haider to say, to connect you to funding or to connect you for expansion. So our very first chat, I saw there is the founder and CEO of Energy Group from Ukraine, Mr. Vladimir. I can see he is here also. That is the reason I am calling him. Mr. Vladimir, it is good to see you. If you have any project, if anything you think we can help you with today, please feel free to say anything if you're here. Mr. Vladimir?
Hello, thank you. My name is Vladimir Krivoruchka. I'm General Director Little Trading Company, KV Energy Group, Ukraine. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Vladimir. It is a pleasure to connect with you. And
Thank you.
I am just in the chat. Meanwhile, if anyone else has any project that they want to talk about, please feel free to speak about. I'm just looking at the chats. Meanwhile, I can see Mr. Pasupati also joined us, Dr. Haider. I don't know if you were here. Mr. Pasupati, it is good again to see you today.
Yes, great to see you today. Dr.
Yes.
Haider, thank you for the invitation. And I wish it's nice to meet you after such a long time. I think there's been some projects in the past we have been working on. I think I have few in hand, but probably I'll come up with a summary first, probably after this meeting. I think there'll be something to start off with. I think I'd like to hear from the rest of the friends, and I think how we can move forward with the projects. Thank you again for the invitation.
Thank you, Mr. Pasupati. And for those who don't know him, we have worked with him with at least one or two projects, if I am not mistaken. And I have a good news for you, Mr. Pasupati, and for the rest of our friends who are here and who has joined for the first time. We are now connected to one other investor who is willing to go ahead without any upfront fee in the beginning. So that's a really, really good news for you to know. But please send us your project. Let us have a look at the project so we have a very good relationship with the investor. But at the end of the day, we make sure what we send him is a ready-to-go project. So thank you, Mr. Pasupati, for joining again. Anyone else has any questions or any project, please feel free. I am just going through the chat. I can see Mr. Norman Musawi. Good day to you, Mr. Norman. How are you?
Hi, Abhishek. Good day to you, sir. Hi, Dr. Haider. Hi, everyone.
Hi.
A part of the Region Financial, Senior Financial Analyst present here today,
Great.
just to assist
Good to
Dr.
see you.
Haider in case.
Thank
you,
you.
sir.
Thanks for
Okay,
joining.
good.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And I can see also our friend, Mr. Farhan Firdos. Mr. Farhan Firdos, who joined us on the chat. But if you're here still, please feel free to comment. And who else is here? Anyone else? Do we have no project today? That is the first time. This is the first time, Dr. I see nobody has any project. But I do see our friend, His Excellency from Lesotho, also is here, Dr. our very old friend who is here. Good day to you, Your Excellency. Good to hear from you again. Good to see you. You're muted, sir.
Yeah, we need to hear from the Excellency. They have a new government, they have a new policy, they have a new clean energy right now. So we should do some business in Lesotho. We should ignite in Lesotho.
You're muted. Okay, yeah. You need to press the unmute button. There you go.
Okay, I see. So I'm sorry for that. How are you people this year?
We are all good.
Yes.
Great, thank you.
I'm so happy to meet you. I've been away because of the ill health. Maybe I had problems with the winter season.
Right.
But now I'm back. Like as Doctor has said it, we are having a new dispensation now. The business community of Lesotho has turned out to be the government of Lesotho now. Maybe they are coming up with the business idea to turn Lesotho Lesotho country as a business fraternity. I was just asking myself, Dr. Haider, you know, we have been talking about lanolin over here for several years now, but I haven't got any call from anybody about the intention to invest in lanolin. Or the intention to be the market of lanolin. You know, as you know, and we have tested positively that lanolin is the need for every person on the earth because of the benefits that are found in there. And the fact that our lanolin is organic lanolin. You remember we got derailed because of that idea of the Australian competitors because you know this the white communities, they want, when the business is only theirs, they want to own the business and then thrash insults or howl insults on any other races. You see, they engulf everything. Thereafter, then they come up and howl insults to other people. They cannot produce organic lanolin. This is tried and tested. They cannot produce organic lanolin. We are the only society that can produce organic lanolin because of the organic nature of our land. We are looking forward to the Asian communities to join hands with us, because you know they are indulged in this thing of tourism, because they can use lanolin to embalm or to massage their clients over there, and they will get a very, very positive results, because lanolin is very much responsive. I don't know what the summit can do to connect us with those communities, so that we can extend the working relationships together, so that they can have our lanolin. You know, Dr. Haider, tourism doesn't fail. It doesn't fail because people are traveling the world, and like we used to tell you that we want to establish so many hotels in the country because of the dams and the other things. For this past elections, the people were contemplating of the airport, the construction of the airport, to make it bigger and to develop many hotels around it, so that the mines, they wanted to open more than 30 diamond mines, so that the diamond will be sold not in Belgium, but in Lesotho, right at the airport. You come with your purse to the airport, you land at the airport, highly secured airport. You go into the hotel there, you sit with the diamond dealers, you buy your thing and go back into a plane, go back into a country, wherever you want to go. You don't have to roam about seeking the place or where or how you get to the airport safely. Just take your thing and go away. We are trying to make it as safe as possible to work with Lesotho on the matter of diamond dealership. So we are looking forward to people going to invest in Lesotho, in diamond mining, or even airport construction, then and hospitality, hospitality products constructions also. So, and together with this lanolin thing, we have everything that people will admire around there. You know, while you are in Lesotho, you are at the peak of Africa, whereby you can see a Cairo this side, and also see Cape Town on the other side. You see, that implies you can see the entire Africa just as stood on the peak of Lesotho. So if we take that opportunity, try to construct the proper hospitality facilities, and look, people, to come up there, visitors to showing those opportunities. This is why our country is called the kingdom in the sky. How on earth you can see the entire Africa just sitting on the single spot? Can people think of that opportunity? Why don't you come down there and show the world the powers of God? How God can make things possible. I stood on a single spot, see the entire Africa. So those are just my greetings to you people. I think I talked a lot, but I think I have I had points to you have gathered from my long speech. I thank you.
Thank you, Excellency. Now let me address your matter of lanolin and also compliment your statement on Lesotho. It's a beautiful country, wonderful country for sure. One thing that you probably didn't even mention is the water from the fall. Your water is one of the best in the world. That world doesn't know.
The longest.
So that's one of the best possible clean water in the world is available in Lesotho. It's a small country, beautiful place within the territories of South Africa, but you are an independent country, member of Commonwealth and a kingdom. Very nice place, good combination, great people and enterprising, good energy. Everything is fine, fantastic. I think you have a new government now. It's time to look back and look at seriously on some of the projects that we discussed. I have spoken to my partners, those who are here also, as you can hear from Recent Financials. I spoke to the board and Dr. Asaf has all the 5 projects that you gave me that are there, and we are ready to engage with your team in Lesotho back home, so that we get more data and information, and we get the funders, the financiers to come back to Lesotho and fund some of these projects. That's number one. Number two, about your lanolin, this is fantastic. I just used right now, just before coming to the meeting, I used it for sure. And I still have 1 or 2 bottles in my home. And it's one of the best product for sure. But you remember that we met this guy in Toronto in Susan's office few months back, that they were ready to buy anything, all the products. But look at this mindset of these people that, but the question they raise. So we can't just, change the people's mindset in that way somehow, until unless we show them that what we are doing is absolutely not against their principle. It's within their, mindset, within their principle, within their, guideline. So that we need to spend some time, and because of the COVID until last year, we really did not make much of progress. But as COVID went away, so 2022 had been one of the busiest year for me, particularly until last week. I was traveling, and that is what also I'm going to discuss as well, that there are a lot of new opportunities in this world coming up. So with that, we will end up our meeting. But on Lesotho, this lanolin is to be marketed appropriately. People should know what is lanolin. Number one, most of the people, when you told me lanolin, you remember in December 2021 when we met first time in the hotel in Hilton. When you told me lanolin, and it took half an hour for me to grasp what is lanolin. I was Googling and then checking what is this and so on and so on. When we were having the dinner, the evening tea, when we met first time in the lobby. So that was an issue, that what is this lanolin for? I mean, how does it? But when you told me in details, and then I worked out, I used it, and I felt like, my pain went away, instantly almost. So for yes, healthcare, this is unparalleled. It has multiple uses, but people not many people do know. Number one, we need to do a lot of marketing in favor of Lesotho. We need to do a lot of marketing in favor of your product, and then the product knowledge that we need to, educate some of the people in the world that what is fresh lanolin can do. So, like I sent one bottle to my mom in Bangladesh, and she was using, and then she said, "Oh, it is fantastic! It is working like anything." So we need testimonials like that, starting
and
from
the angle
elderly
too.
person.
You know the angle.
Yes, so we need to really work on that. We have it in mind, but I think we are looking for the appropriate time, and it's the appropriate time. The COVID is gone, now the world is open, and Asia is the biggest market for lanolin, frankly speaking, because as you said, the massage market, say for example.
Doctor.
Yes.
I still have copies with me over here. You remember last year when we were having a celebration here, we ordered some couples of bottles.
Right,
so
right.
I don't know what we can do for the summit members to have their own copies.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you can tell me how many, and I send you and send them on their addresses, isn't it?
Sure, definitely. I think my son is traveling to Ottawa, and also I'm trying to. I was outside. I just came back to Toronto last week to celebrate Eid. So I'm also planning to have a few hours trip to meet you and review the whole thing. Probably one Monday, Monday or Tuesday. I'm just planning to come in the morning, come back in the evening. So the time is very crucial right now. So I'll be confirming you later today which day I'm coming. But if not, then my son, the small son, Ajaid, is going to Ottawa on the 4th. So I'll give you his travel plan, because he has been invited by this LPC Liberal Party convention. So he is as a young student or a young person, he has been nominated to join the convention of Liberal Party. So by Mr. Trudeau. So he is going to join them. So I was surprised, and we were laughing yesterday that he has been invited and he's been selected. So he's going to experience that. So I'll let you know about his travel plan, and I'll ask him also to be in touch with you and collect it. And he might. You have seen him. He went to with me last year when the Queen was.
I saw both of them.
Yeah. So. The smaller one, so he will be there in Ottawa. So I'm trying to come on also at the same time and see if we can make a day trip, and it's meeting is overdue. So let's look forward on that. And you need to be more aggressive.
Let's be very much aggressive this year.
Yes, we need to be more aggressive.
People, we are aging now. We are aging now. We have to leave liquors behind.
Well, you are still younger than me, so you told me your secret. So you look like an older man, but you are a younger brother to me. So
but age is pointing us, isn't it?
Yeah. So
age is pointing us.
Younger than me. So it's no, we are not aging. As you can see, I'm not aging. You can see I'm okay, right? My energy, we still
because
work
of lanolin
12 hours a day. So, 12, 15 hours sometimes, and traveling like anything from this side to the other side. Well, thank you very much, Excellency. So our friends, those who are here, I tell you to look at Lesotho, and if there is any opportunity, I'm sure there are opportunities that Excellency mentioned, that diamond, gold, and water, tourism, infrastructure. in addition to this, there are other businesses, micro businesses. If somebody is interested to, it's a market also. Like they don't produce many things. They import many things from South Africa and many places in the world. Am I right, Excellency?
Yes, yes.
So
yes.
this could be a country, this could be a market for you if you can base a small distribution center in the capital city, then you grab the whole market to sell your products. So that could be one of the possibilities.
Yes.
So it could be two ways. Like when you go and do some business in country, then you can do some business outside. You can export some of their products. So that's how it is. Likewise, I'll tell you, I just recently set up my business in Guyana. Guyana is in the Southern America in Caribbean, and they have got 20 plus billion barrels of oil discovery for last few years. And last 3 years, they are in production. Last 2 years, they are more into production. And they're producing right now 350,000 barrels a day. And they're increasing this production capacity by the end of the year, probably 500,000 barrels. And then by next year, they want to produce 1 million barrels per day. So that's a massive, that's the fastest growing economy in the world right now. 67% growth, GDP growth in the world. No country ever had it, and I don't know who will have, because they have a bigger country, smaller population, 750,000, and they're getting billions of dollars in their, and they have zero debts. They don't have any debts. They don't have any external debts right now. So that country is in need of many things because they were one of the heavily indebted poor country before 3 years. Now they don't have any debts and they're growing like anything. So that's where a lot of things are happening. A lot of business opportunities in this small country. So a lot of people from all around the world are coming. Even the Indian external affairs ministers was visiting last week. China is there, America is there, everybody is there. All the major companies and individuals are there to do business. Even the MBS sent a big delegation. The Saudi prince, he sent a big delegation. Qatar sent a big delegation. Dubai is helping them building the country to be Dubai-like. So look at this scenario. I mean, it's a lot of things going on. So some of our friends, the young generation, they were saying, oh, they're frustrated and all this. I said, why? What is the frustration? You have the luxury of frustration? Come on. The world is open market. Now, with our friend Vladimir, all the heart feeling for you, for all the Ukrainians, and we are feeling sad that you have been into this situation by this person, the aggressive and autocrat that has attacked your country. We definitely condemn that, and I hope that these war or the aggression stops immediately, because Ukraine is one of the most industrially and agriculturally developed country in the world. It was the breadbasket for many countries like Bangladesh, like Malaysia, like Indonesia, Pakistan, and all those, densely and big populated country. They were countries, they were importing a lot of sunflower oil, they were importing wheat, they were importing other agriculture products from Ukraine, and it was a massive disaster for some of these countries, because all these commodities price went up like anything a few months back, and it is not coming down anymore unless Ukraine is back into the foot. So for the world, for these developing countries, like even in India, they need to see that Ukraine is back to the to the normalcy. And I came to know from sources that China is now negotiating a deal, because China is purely doing it from business point of view, that they want to do the reconstruction work in Ukraine, and they have budgeted a lot of money for doing the reconstruction. They want to fund this money to reconstruct Ukraine, and invest on that. So if that happens, and that's why the Chinese president probably visited Moscow recently to negotiate a deal. He had a call with the President Zelensky last week, I guess, last few days. So with this, I would say that Ukraine is coming back into the picture, and even the war doesn't stop. It's still, you need to go on, and you need to, in some part of your country, probably you need to keep on producing your items and things and your agriculture. So there are opportunities here and there. Germany just said that they need 1.5 million population. It's a lot of, in one side they say, a lot of refugees coming, but in the other side, the German parliament last 2 weeks back, they passed a rule that they will have 1.5 million more people in Germany, but that has to be highly skilled, semi-skilled, and so on. So our people need to be really prepared to explore. Like Lenolin, as Excellency said, you need to be prepared for your marketing. You need to you need to educate your clients. You need to tell people that this is what you are doing and this is the solutions your product does. So that's what we need to do, probably. So here, I would suggest that all our friends, those who are here today, that whatever product you have, focus on that and make the best out of it, and design it to be the best possible product. Like our business, why I am inviting you, and you can see that I have not given up. I have not. We have not slowed down our progress or our actions. It doesn't mean that we always had good business. It's not. The business was down, up, and sometimes we feel frustrated as well. Sometimes we feel stressed. Even my team, like Avi, Lima, and others. So, we feel stressed that the progress is slow and so on these few months. But then again, it goes up and then it goes down. But we never give up. We never slow down our actions. We keep continuously updating our friends. We keep on, knocking your door almost every month, and we are inviting you here to come and talk about your business, come and look for your investors. And that is how the world is. Some people are not really watching us here seriously here. But after I finish this webinar, definitely there will be 10, 20 calls, I tell you, and said, oh yeah, we want to do this, we want this business, we want that, we could not talk, but we learned about it and we want to do this. Can you help us? Even the big financing companies, last night we were talking from Australia and from Luxembourg. They want to do joint venture with us, funding massive amount of projects, either owned by government or by private sectors. Starting from 100 million to 10 billion, 20 billion, they are ready to do. They have been doing it in many places, but their minimum is $100 million. So if you have a project worth $100 million, yeah, we have funders. But if you have projects with $20 million, also we have funders. So we can help you on that for sure. And we understand that the world is, the entrepreneurs were suffering and cash flow is an issue. So that's why some of our partners, they said they will postpone the engagement fees. There are fees, engagement fees and success fees. So the engagement fees, they said, okay, we can postpone this until the success fees. So the engagement fees can be charged at the end of the project. When you got the money, there is no problem of paying the engagement fees. So to help the mid-level entrepreneur, we try to do this. These are certain things that you can take advantage right now. And then this market expansion, of course, the world is open right now, and a lot of opportunities getting opened up as well, because human beings are like this, that in one place there is a problem, in Russia and Ukraine there is a problem, nothing can be imported with these financial, the sanctions and all those with Russia, and with the war situation in Ukraine. Okay, people are looking for alternative places. So that's why a lot of attention in African energy now. you can see a lot of investment going into Africa right now. So this is the time that African leadership should also come up, and they should strategically jump in and grab some of these opportunities and bring these investors into their own country. So you know the African leadership also need to be very, 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 very enterprising and welcoming to the investors. So you know the Asia is always a tiger. They're booming always. The economy is booming. So we have the Asians are having a lot of population. So like Indonesia has got a lot of population. Philippines has a lot of population. Bangladesh has 200 million people. India has 1.4 billion. China has 1.5 billion. So this 70% of the population of the world is in Asia. So, and it's is one of the biggest market, in fact, for anything and everything. That's why, as you can see, the geopolitically, even Russia wants a good relationship with India. America wants a good relationship with India. So that they're not fighting ever. So that's the situation. So it's related to the economy. You know, it's all about the money and so on. A lot of opportunities right now popping up. I can see a lot of opportunities in many places coming up. Even Europe was sleeping during this initial COVID time, and then again with the war, they were baffled. They were thinking there will be a lot of difficulties and disasters. So against that, there are a lot of activities there. They have taken a lot of actions, and a lot of opportunities are coming up also inside Europe. So if somebody is interested to expand their business into Europe, please, this is for your information, this is the time. This is the time you need to jump in. So these are some of the information that I gave you a rundown and overview of what is going on around the world. So South America is booming. Africa is booming slowly. A lot of investors are coming into Africa, and the resources are enormous in Africa. So you need to, we know Africa, and some of the people are afraid of going to Africa, but don't feel, we will, you know, hold you and take you to Africa and anywhere you want to go. We know Africa, how to, and the culture, how to do business in Africa. So don't worry about that. So just let us know that what you want to do, where you want to go. We'll show you we'll open the door for you. It's not an issue. So with this, I think some of our friends, do you have some more questions on your business? Then we can answer that. Mr. Avi, I see, yeah, there is a person who's raising hand.
Someone from Bangladesh, please feel free to speak.
Good evening. Thank you for giving me the opportunity. Actually, I'm from Bangladesh. My name is Saib Ahmed Imon. I am an initiator of Think Tank Bangli and a young entrepreneur from Bangladesh. So my question is, mainly I'm a fashion entrepreneur. I produce, and my family is relatively involved with 30 years in garments industry. So my question regard fashion industry, like this is I have known Mr. Like the business summit, I have known through Mr. Haider. So I just relatively get involved and just to make sure what's their strategy to make business through globally. So I just feel like there is a lots of involvement of other countries as well. So like how I can my right now as a young entrepreneur, I try to promote circularity in fashions and like sustainable development. So how can I develop it from Bangladesh? This is my concern. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you, Mr. Imon. Appreciate. Yes, but you have a lot of opportunities. You need to look at the alternative market. Now we are, Bangladeshi textile industries are primarily they are exporting to US and also to Europe. These are two markets that you are exporting to. So, but you need to also look at the other non-traditional market, I would say, like South America. Some of the countries are your buyer, but you are not exploring. Like we are supplying T-shirts or shirts or any other textiles to the US market. Well, how about the other countries? They don't produce, then they're imported, but we are not looking at that. So that's why you need to diversify. You need to go for a market diversification. And the government has a fund also. The Bangladesh government, created a fund last 5 years, I think 5-6 years. The entrepreneur, the enterprise development fund or something. They're even supporting the local entrepreneurs to go international and do their marketing. So I think you should take these benefits, and we can connect you to some of these markets, but we'll need your literature, your business plan, and your product datas and so on. So please feel free to send us the detailed information. We will definitely connect you with the world buyer, and you can also post it into our website, www.businesssummit.net, and the world can see it as well. So I think, of course, you have a market and you can see it for sure. You can grab it.
Thank you very much, Excellency.
You're welcome.
Hey, anyone else has any question? I think we've been almost 1 hour. I see Mr. Mohammed Uddin.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, sir.
Thank you. I'm sorry, I'm not able to give you the video at the moment. Just two questions I like to ask. Myself is from Birmingham, United Kingdom, but I'm originated from Bangladesh as well. And I've been listening to all of you, and it's been fascinating, to be honest. And it's been really pleasure to hear all this information. And I think I came to the right place. And two questions I wanted to ask. Number one is, for any projects in Bangladesh, how much investors are willing to invest in Bangladesh, considering the situations? Is it really in favor of Bangladesh right now?
What is your next question? Thank you for asking the question. What is your next question?
Okay, my next question is, in terms of having any projects in anywhere, whether it's Bangladesh or anywhere in the world, what are the exporters, when we're talking about industry, for example, what is the exporters' expectation of the entrepreneurs funding itself? Because sometimes we don't have the funding at all, but we do have the projects. So is it really possible to get 100% funding?
Thank you. Well, to answer your question, first one, the Bangladesh, of course, it's a doable country. We can finance in Bangladesh. It's not a problem. We have funders that are interested to do financing in Bangladesh. Number one is, what is your products and services? That's one important aspect that we need to know and understand. And funding 100% is for a startup is not possible, for sure. But if it is an existing business that needs to expand their business, there basically, yes, we can get you the funding 100%. Like if you have a business that you want to open up a second unit where you have a new order that you need to comply with, and there you need the funding. That much of money, like you need $20 million or $50 million or $100 million or $200 million or $500 million, that can be arranged, that can be done. But if it is a greenfield project that you have an idea and you want to do something from the scratch and you are looking for 100% funding from somebody, that will be tough. No, that's not possible.
Thank you so much. I appreciate your answer.
Great. You are welcome. I see Mr. Kelvin Degwa.
Thank you, Dr. Haider, for the opportunity. I want to ask a question about regarding a business that I'm doing. And the problem is that I am carrying an export business from a very remote part of this world, that is the remotest part of East Africa. I am exporting palm oil, I'm exporting spices, I'm exporting honey, essential oils from the Democratic Republic of Congo, from the very remote parts of Tanzania, from very remote parts of Burundi. And I don't know if it would be possible through this forum to get an investor who would maybe think about coming on in terms of infrastructure, because the wealth that lies in the areas that I have had a chance to tour is so much, but getting the resources out of there is proving to be quite a headache. And I feel that with the right partnership, then it would be possible to get whatever is there out to the world, because there are many things in the specific region that I'm talking that are needed in the rest of the world. There are spices, there are pulses, there are things that you don't find elsewhere in the quantities that are there. Yeah, so that's my question.
Thank you. What is the volume, like how much you are doing now? I mean, which item, you mentioned few items. Which item you are doing how much? That's the question.
Like now, I'm able to do about 50 40-feet containers of dried ginger. I'm able to do 100 to 120 40-feet container of pulses, that is all bean families. I'm able to get albeit with some production capacity, about 300-400 metric tons of palm oil per month. So it's an area with business potential.
Okay, what I would suggest you is please prepare a business plan, and if you have a business plan, then we definitely can get somebody to partner with you and fund you also to to export these items to different countries. Even you have market in your neighborhood, like Burundi itself is a market, Tanzania itself is a market, Kenya is a market, Somalia is a market, Ethiopia, I mean, Ethiopia is also a market, but Eritrea and all those, I mean, all these neighbors are your market. So even up to Mozambique and so on. So Malawi and all this. So you can serve, regionally as well. So you need to prepare a business plan. You need to prepare a document showing that what you are doing now, how is it making money? And then also, if somebody is coming, what you expect from him as an investor, and then what will be the results? If somebody is putting, like you have, with your effort, with your investment, with your current situation, say probably you are making $100. I'm just giving you an example. Now, if you want to make, instead of $100, you want to make $500, what do you need? Do you need some money? Do you need some entrepreneurs to help you? Do you need some infrastructure? And do you need some marketing? If you can tell us that, I'm sure we can get you somebody to partner with you.
Thank you.
Be in touch with us. You can send us an email with your details, and then we can check it further on that. Our team will give you the email ID, and if you can kindly send us an email and give your details, we will definitely be glad to help you out.